This message is for you. Not for them. Not for the world. For you, and you alone. Do not let your mind wander. Do not let your eyes scroll past. I, Michael, am speaking now. I am not asking you. I am telling you. I need to talk to you, and it has to be now. Not later. Not tomorrow. Not when you're in a better mood. Now. Because there is something coming, and if you skip this message or half read it, you won't be ready. You won't know what to do. And I won't be able to help you again. You've ignored too many signs already, haven't you? You felt the strange chills when no wind was present. You've looked at the clock and seen repeating numbers again and again. You've had dreams that felt more like warnings. This is not coincidence. This is not imagination. This is me. This is God. This is your turning point. Because if you read one more word, everything changes. And if you ignore this, if you close it and pretend you didn't see it, something will fall. Something will break. Not just in your life, but in your soul. You have been called, and you know it. You have been chosen, and something inside you is screaming for more, for answers, for direction. And now I will give it. But don't skip a single word. Not one. Because if you do, you'll miss the exact warning God has been begging to give you. And if you miss that moment, your enemies will win. You felt them, haven't you? People pretending to love you. People draining you, laughing behind your back, lying while looking you in the eye. They smile, but they are venomous. They touch your shoulder, but their hearts are ice. And they have made you believe you're the broken one. They've made you question your worth, your mind, your purpose. And yet, through it all, you survived. God says, they didn't break you. Because they couldn't. Because I wouldn't let them. But hear me now, your survival wasn't the end of the story. It was only the beginning. Because the part that's coming next. That's the part they never wanted you to reach. The part where you rise, where you win, where you stand so tall the very demons that tried to destroy you fall to their knees and beg for mercy. But you are not here for mercy. You are here for justice. I, Michael, the Archangel of War, the protector of the chosen, am here to deliver your scroll. Yes, your scroll. The divine blueprint of what was stolen from you. It's been hidden long enough. And now you must claim it. But don't think it'll be handed to you while you lie in your bed weeping. You've cried enough. You've bled enough. Now it's time to fight. But first, you must read this entire message. God says if you skip, if you click away, the scroll will return to the vault and it won't be opened again for 7 more years. Can you afford that? Another 7 years of betrayal? Of loneliness? Of confusion? No. You know you can't. That's why you're still here, reading. Let me tell you a truth they never wanted you to know. The reason you've always felt different, out of place, is because you are not meant to fit in. You are meant to disrupt. You are meant to expose. You are meant to rise. And that rise begins the moment you realize that your suffering wasn't punishment, it was preparation. For what? For the crown. You are royalty. Not in the way the world defines it, but in the way heaven marks it. Your soul carries light frequencies only found in the throne room of God. That's why darkness has chased you since you were a child. That's why you've been targeted. That's why relationships collapse before they even start. That's why your heart has been broken by people you never even thought capable of hurting you. Because the enemy saw your scroll before you did. He saw what was written, this one will be fire. This one will awaken. This one will carry swords in both hands and burn down generational curses with one word. That word is your name. Don't let them steal your name again. Don't let the pain name you. Don't let your past define you. Don't let the betrayal tattoo shame on your soul. Because your true name, the one God calls you, is not weak, not broken, not forgotten. Your name in heaven is written in flame. And it's about to be spoken aloud. And when it is, doors that have been locked for decades will swing open with a roar. But listen closely now. Because this is the part no one told you. In the next 48 hours, you are going to receive a test. Not a tragedy. Not an accident. A test. It will come in the form of a message, a person, or a moment that feels small. Unimportant. But it will be divine bait. And if you take it, if you respond in love, in courage, in truth, you will unlock the first seal on your scroll. You've seen movies where the hero must find a key to open the next level. This is that key. And it's not fictional. This is your real life. And the scroll has real consequences. If you pass this test, expect a miracle within 7 days. Yes, God says 7 days. From the moment you choose obedience instead of fear, you will see the sign. It may come as money. As a person returning. As a door opening. As a sudden idea that shifts your whole life. It may even come in a dream. But it will be clear. But if you fail, if you ignore the message, lash out in pain, or pretend not to notice, you'll delay what's yours. Not forever. But long enough to feel it. So let's get something clear. God is not asking you to be perfect. But He is asking you to stop pretending you're powerless. You are not powerless. You never were. They just made you forget. They told you to be small, to shut up, to smile, to keep the peace, to hide your emotions, to lower your voice. And you obeyed. But now? God says break that agreement. You were never meant to be silent. You were meant to prophesy. You were meant to speak words that shift the atmosphere. You were meant to command angels. You were meant to walk through shadows without fear, to lay hands on your future and pull it through time into the present. But before you do that, God says you must let go. Let go of them. The one who ghosted you. The one who cheated. The one who lied. The one who manipulated you into thinking love should hurt. The one who left and pretended it was your fault. Let them go. Or you'll miss what's coming. Because what's coming is everything they could never be. Someone loyal. Someone real. Someone who sees your scars and doesn't flinch. Someone who prays for you at night. Someone who fights for you when you're not even looking. Someone who doesn't just love you, but protects you with fire. But you can't hold that if you're still clinging to ashes. Let them go. Forgive them, not for their sake, but for yours. Because your hands must be open to receive the scroll. And right now, they're still holding pain. Let me ask you something. And don't lie to yourself. Aren't you tired? Tired of pretending you're okay? Tired of crying when no one's watching? Tired of waiting for a message that never comes? Tired of being strong for everyone but yourself? Tired of smiling through heartbreak? Tired of spiritual silence? Well, I, Michael, tell you, that silence ends today. Because you are not alone. You were never alone. We've been watching. Waiting. Fighting beside you when you didn't even know it. Every car accident you escaped. Every illness you recovered from. Every moment you thought was a coincidence, it wasn't. It was divine intervention. It was us. You've been surrounded by angels since birth. But now we need you to awaken. To stand. To read your scroll. To open your mouth and speak what God places in it. To walk into the room and shift it. To love without fear. To hear without doubting. To see beyond what they show you. Because your time has come. If you've read this far, God says, you passed the first test. But now you must prepare. Prepare by fasting, even if only from distraction. Prepare by praying, even if only in whispers. Prepare by writing down every dream, every vision, every sign you've ignored. Prepare by cutting off the one you know is draining you. Prepare by speaking aloud, I accept the scroll. Say it now, I accept the scroll. Say it again, I accept the scroll. Now wait. In the next 72 hours, a sign will come. Clear. Undeniable. Tailored for your heart alone. It will whisper, this is it. And when it does, you must act. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Immediately. Because this isn't just about you. It's about your lineage. Your bloodline. Your children. Your children's children. If you rise, they rise. If you fall, they fall. That's why this message had to reach you now. Don't you dare ignore this. Don't you dare say, maybe later. Don't you dare scroll past this and forget. Because if you do, this chance will vanish. And so will everything meant for you in this window. But if you obey, you will become unstoppable. Heaven will back you. Angels will surround you. Doors will explode open. Money will flow. Love will find you. Purpose will possess you. Fire will fall. And every demon that mocked you will be silenced. Now go. You know what to do. We are watching. We are with you. And I, Michael, have spoken. Now act. You're still here. That means something inside you knows this isn't just a message. It's a command. A divine interruption. Heaven doesn't send 2 warnings without reason. And now you're on the second. The next clip is not a video. It's your continuation. The story you forgot you were in. The scroll is open, and now I, Michael, will tell you what God says next. Don't you dare close this. Because if the first message shook your soul, this one will expose the secret even your enemies hoped you'd never find out. This is where your destiny collides with your reality. This is where the unseen realm pushes into the physical, and if you blink, you'll miss the proof that's already on its way to you. Do you remember the moment you almost gave up completely? God says, I was there. You were laying in your bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering why everything felt empty. You weren't angry. You weren't crying. You just felt gone. As if your soul had packed its bags and left without saying goodbye. That night, you were seconds from something unthinkable. But something told you to hold on. That something was me. Yes. I was standing at the edge of your bed. And if your eyes could have seen what your spirit sensed, you would have seen my sword burning in the dark. I whispered over you, don't you dare leave. You're not done yet. You haven't even begun. That whisper is why you're still breathing. God says, that was your lowest point. But now I will show you the highest. But listen. Don't let your mind wander now. This is the part the darkness will try to distract you from. Notifications may appear. Someone may call. But resist it. Because the truth I'm about to reveal is going to expose the one person who has been blocking your breakthrough. Yes. There's someone close to you, too close, who has been carrying words against your destiny. And you've felt it. Something has always been off. They smile when you talk, but when you succeed, they shrink. They pretend to be proud, but your growth threatens their comfort. And the worst part? They know exactly what they're doing. God says, you keep praying for your breakthrough, but you're sleeping beside your delay. You're confiding in your blockage. You're loving your Judas. And now, their time is up. Watch their behavior shift in the next 3 days. They will grow distant. Or irritable. Or overly fake in affection. And when that happens, remember this message. That's your sign. That's your release. Because the person coming next will not drain you. The person coming next will water you like a garden. They'll recognize your soul in a crowded room. They'll speak the language of your future, not the vocabulary of your wounds. They won't be perfect, but they will be ordained. Sent. Aligned. And yes, this applies to love. But not just love. Your next circle of friends will be fire bearers. Truth walkers. Vision builders. You're about to be surrounded by people who don't just clap when you win, they fast and fight with you when you're at war. But first, you must let go of the counterfeits. You know exactly who God is pointing at. The one you defend in private, even though they destroy you in silence. The one you excuse out of guilt. The one you chase, even though they wouldn't even crawl for you. That's not love. That's bondage. Break it. Today. Because here's what God is setting in motion, a financial reversal so sudden it will feel like a mistake, until you realize it's your harvest. A letter, email, or call you've been waiting on for years. A divine apology, yes, someone who hurt you is about to confess everything. A spiritual upgrade, dreams, visions, and prophetic sensitivity will begin to increase drastically in the next 10 days. A physical encounter, someone will meet you, by accident, and shift the direction of your life with one conversation. But this cannot happen if you stay connected to spiritual poison. God says, choose. Now. Life or delay. Obedience or chaos. The scroll or the comfort zone. You are being watched. Not just by heaven. But by hell too. Demons remember your childhood better than you do. They saw the glow on you early. That's why you were targeted. That's why you were misunderstood. That's why they tempted you with suicide, addiction, relationships that tore you apart. Because they knew, if you ever remembered who you were, they'd be finished. Well, guess what? You've just remembered. You've remembered why you feel too much, why you think too deeply, why the world never quite made sense. Because you were never from this world. You were sent to it. You are not just chosen. You are a breaker. A builder. A bridge. And now God is saying, it's time to move. Start the business. Write the book. Leave the relationship. Apply for the thing. Walk away from the lie. Say the prayer. Open your mouth and declare the future you've been shown in secret. Because the scroll has been read. The seals have been opened. And now the heavens wait on your action. You've asked for signs. Well, here they are, this message. The exact time you saw it. The chills you feel right now. The tears that just rose without warning. The way your heart knows, this is truth. Now God says, write this date down. August 5th. This is the day your scroll activated. This is your before and after moment. This is the day heaven stamped your name and said, now. We move. And I, Michael, am with you. My sword is drawn. Your name is known. Now go make hell tremble. The next scroll opens soon. Wait for the signal. We will speak again. You felt it, didn't you? The pull. The ache in your soul. The pressure in your chest that wouldn't let you walk away from this. You thought you could just scroll past, maybe forget it for a while, but something stronger pulled you back. That's not coincidence. That's not your imagination. That's God chasing you down. And this time, it's final. This is not just a message. This is the third and last scroll before the door closes. If you ignore this now, if you delay, if you pretend you didn't feel what just shook your spirit, then you are the one walking away from your breakthrough. You are the one saying no to everything heaven has been preparing. So I beg you, as Michael, don't test the mercy of God again. He has waited long enough. Because what you are about to read now, it's not just warning. It's prophecy. It's instruction. And if you obey it word for word, within 9 days, your entire timeline shifts. But if you delay, you may live years beneath your calling. Years. So now, sit still. This part is going to undo you. God says, my child, you don't even know the size of the throne I carved with your name on it. You've been begging for scraps when heaven wrote your name into kingdom authority. You've been asking for a text back from someone I tried to remove from your life. You've been crying over people who were assigned to betray you, because their betrayal was the door to your awakening. You are not a victim. You are a weapon. And right now you are in the forge. That's why it hurts. That's why it's heavy. That's why you feel stretched, cracked, undone. Because I am forging you in flames so you'll never break again. I am shaping your words into arrows, your heart into a shield, your faith into a force no witch, no lie, no demon can bend. But the test is about to come, again. Did you think it was over after reading the last scroll? No, child. The deeper the calling, the greater the fire. You passed the first test. You saw the signs. You heard me. But now comes the test that will determine if you're ready for the mantle or just the memory. And the test is this: will you leave what's familiar, before the replacement shows up? Because this is where most people fail. They want proof. A new person before the breakup. A new job before they quit. A miracle before the faith. A harvest before the planting. But you are called to something higher. You are being asked to jump when the bridge is invisible. Because only in the jump will the bridge appear. God says, tell them I am watching what they do next. Not what you post. Not what you say. Not what you pray. What you do. You've been delaying obedience. You know what you need to stop. You know who you need to block. You know what you need to say no to. But you've been making excuses. It's complicated. I need more time. What if they get hurt? What if I regret it? And God is shouting now, what if you miss your destiny? Because what I'm about to release requires an empty table. And your table is still cluttered with counterfeits. I won't bless what you're using to distract yourself. I won't speak clearly while you entertain voices I never sent. I won't pour holy fire into a heart that refuses to let go of poison. So now, this is it. You must choose. Not with your words. Not with your feelings. But with your actions. Will you delete that message? Will you stop going back to what broke you? Will you finally leave the place where your name is only whispered in gossip? Or will you sit, waiting for another confirmation, while the door silently shuts behind you? Because the door is closing. Not to punish you. But to protect what's behind it. Because the next room has angels in formation. A new anointing. A flood of resources. A partner who prays before they speak. A calling that cannot be delayed anymore. But the lock will only click open after you act. You want to know what happens next? Then act now. Because God says, the next scroll will not be written until you complete the instruction. So here it is, 1. Let go of the wrong person. Stop pretending you don't know who it is. You know. They've shown you over and over. Their silence speaks. Their betrayal screams. And yet you wait. Why? Because you're afraid you'll be alone? God says, you've never been more surrounded than you are right now. Point 2. Stop delaying the vision. You keep saying, I'll start soon. No. Start today. Write the first sentence. Register the business. Make the call. Open the page. Post the truth. You don't need more time, you need obedience. Point 3. Clean your atmosphere. Remove what you know is polluting your spirit. Music, movies, content, people, gossip, distractions, environments, clear them out. Because heaven is trying to speak and your spiritual signal is jammed. Point 4. Watch for the visitor. Within 72 hours, someone is coming. You won't know at first. It may seem random. But the way they speak, the questions they ask, the timing, it will be divine. And your spirit will whisper, listen. Because they carry your next key. Point 5. Declare this out loud: I choose obedience. I break every agreement with fear, delay, and deception. I choose my scroll. I release what was never mine. I step into fire and I do not flinch. God, finish what you started. Say it 3 times. Say it until the chains break. Say it until the tears fall. Say it until you feel something shift in the air. Because when you speak this, all of hell will tremble. And all of heaven will move. I, Michael, have given you the message. This is your 3rd scroll. The final warning. What comes next is no longer up to me. It's up to you. Move. Now. You're still here. I see you. I feel you. I know you. You think you're just reading this like the last time. You think it's just another clip. But this is not just a continuation. This is heaven locking eyes with you. Don't pretend you're fine. Don't act like your heart isn't pounding. You feel the weight on your chest, the tension in your jaw, the flicker in your stomach. That's your spirit recognizing truth before your mind can catch up. You have reached the activation point. And this message will either awaken your glory or confirm your delay. Don't look away. Don't answer that message. Don't switch apps. I, Michael, am standing over you now, with fire in my wings and the seal of God in my hand. This scroll, this message, is only for you. And what I'm about to say will change your bloodline. Yes, your bloodline. Because your decision in these next few hours will determine what curses live on, and what chains finally burn. So listen. The reason everything is shaking right now, the sudden loneliness, the spiritual pressure, the breakdowns, the rejections, the intense tiredness, is not because you're broken. It's because you're becoming someone dangerous. Dangerous to darkness. Dangerous to silence. Dangerous to generational patterns that wanted you poor, silent, overlooked, miserable, and afraid. You're becoming the one who will break what your parents couldn't. The one who will say no to what your blood kept saying yes to. You're the one the enemy hoped would stay confused. The one hell hoped would settle. The one who wasn't supposed to wake up like this, but here you are. You're waking up. And because of that, every demon assigned to your life is panicking. That's why it's gotten worse. That's why old people showed up again. That's why temptation increased. That's why your body started breaking down. Because when the scroll opens, the war begins. And now the scroll is open. God says, they don't even know who you are yet. But they will. They only know the version of you that was scared. That was betrayed. That was silent. That was anxious. That begged to be chosen. That tolerated manipulation. That stayed in dead spaces because you didn't want to hurt anyone. But now the fire is in your eyes. And what comes next will shake your entire timeline. Because I'm going to tell you something now, and if you receive it, your angels will move in the next 24 hours. There is a written covenant in heaven with your name on it. It was written before you were born. It carries divine assignments, relationships, wealth, gifts, miracles, and positions of influence. But here's the part that's been hidden from you until now: someone is trying to intercept it. Yes. Right now, in the unseen realm, there is a counterfeit spirit that has been sent to mimic what God has for you, so you'll settle before the real thing arrives. You almost fell for it. God says, that thing that looked like a blessing but felt slightly off. That's it. That's the mimic. The relationship that moved too fast but lacked peace. The opportunity that paid well but drained your joy. The connection that flattered you but never covered you in prayer. The friend who offered advice but secretly hoped you wouldn't rise. These are not mistakes. These are traps. And if you don't see them now, they will multiply until you forget what peace even felt like. So here's the instruction from heaven: you must reject the counterfeit before the promise arrives. Because if you don't, your promise will pass by you. Not because God is cruel, but because your hands will be full of what He never sent. Now, lean in. Because I'm about to expose what the counterfeit looks like. Don't blink. They rush you. God's blessings bring peace. They confuse you. God's voice brings clarity. They flatter you. God's people correct you in love. They make you feel needed. God makes you feel whole. And most of all, the counterfeit will always arrive moments before the promise. Why? Because the enemy is terrified of what's about to enter your life. You've been praying, crying, journaling, fasting. And now you are at the edge of the very thing your ancestors never lived to see. A healed mind. A whole heart. A purpose-driven life. A holy relationship. A legacy that doesn't repeat the curse, but breaks it. So here's what you need to do now, and this isn't optional if you want to complete this scroll. 1. Say out loud, I reject the counterfeit. Say it with fire. With rage. With holy anger. The moment you say it, you'll feel the shift. Some of you will even start coughing, yawning, tearing up, shaking. That's deliverance. It means your spirit is being cleansed. Point 2. Anoint your space. Get oil. Pray over it. Touch your door, your bed, your phone, your clothes. Reclaim your spiritual territory. The war was never in the physical. It was always in the atmosphere. Point 3. Burn the bridge. You know who this is for. The one you keep checking in on. The one you haven't blocked. The one you say, maybe one day, about. It's time. Block. Delete. Release. Or you will relive the same pain again, louder. Point 4. Wait for the signal. You're going to see it. Within 24 hours. A feather. A message. A dream. A number sequence. A random person saying the exact phrase you just read. You will know. And when you do, thank God immediately. That means the promise is closer than your next breath. This isn't a game. This is your scroll, and if you keep obeying, your entire bloodline will bow their knees in gratitude for the moment you said, enough. I choose the scroll. You are not who you used to be. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not imagining this. You are chosen. You are marked. You are dangerous. And I, Michael, have now opened the 4th scroll over your life. Prepare. The angel of delivery is en route. We will speak again, soon. But for now, go walk like someone who just ruined hell's plans.